Hey guys, good afternoon here from Charlotte, North Carolina. For those of you that don't know, my name is Enoch Glover. I am the owner and the practitioner here at Scalp Carolinas. Even though SMP has been around for many years, I would probably say about maybe 16 to 17 years. I've been practicing about 13 of those years. There's still a lot of people that don't know about it, and I do get a lot of questions. So I figured, let me just find a much, I should say, optimized way to get some of this information out for those that are looking for answers to some of these questions. So if you are one, these are some of the questions that I get and my answers to it. Question number one: does the hair grow? No, the hair does not grow. So SMP, when it's done, it doesn't make the hair grow. It's not hair transplant. But I have seen cases where, because we stimulate the scalp a little bit, some people will come back and say, "Oh, I feel a little bit of hair growth." That is true, and that may be true, but it does not make the hair grow. Okay. Basically, it's really done for those where you want to maintain your hair short, and by managing color and creating those follicles and doing the right blending, it basically looks like you have a buzz haircut. Where you do have hair and hair normally grows, it will still continue to grow, right? But SMP in itself does not make the hair grow. Question number two: is it a tattoo? Yes, in a sense, it is a tattoo. No, in a sense, it's not, right? Yes, because we use, needles and ink to basically make the impressions. And so it falls under, the same way, as a tattoo. No, because the technique is totally different, right? But the health department threw it all under the umbrella of a tattoo, mainly because of the equipment that we use. And then, basically the fact that it's also permanent, which is also been one of the questions that some people ask. So no, it is not a tattoo. The next thing some people will ask is, well, if I get in the shower or later on, is it going to wipe away? No, this is not Beijing. This is not anything you're painting your head with. Once it's done and it's there, it is always going to be there. It does fade as time goes on, so you need to come in about every 2 to 3 years to basically touch it up, which will kind of, waking it up a little bit. No, it's not going to wipe away. You're not going to pay, a good amount of money to get this done, and you jump in the pool, or you take off your shirt and things of that sort. It's wiping away. So it is permanent, okay? And again, needing that kind of touch up. Is it painful? Well, pain is relative, right? I've seen people that comes in and they say, "Oh, it's painful," but never have I had anyone that is walking or getting out of the chair because they cannot handle it. What you find where it's most sensitive is what I would call it an irritating. It's around the front forehead and then the temple areas. That's about a good 90% of the people. There are those where, once you start going back, they really, don't feel it. And then there's the reverse, where some in the front, they don't feel it, but in the back, they feel it. But again, not painful to the point where you cannot handle it. Since I started this, when people ask me that, based on the feedback I've gotten from my clients, is the way you can actually say the analogy you can give or the comparison you can give is when somebody is basically lining you up and the clippers is not aligned properly. It's more irritating really than being painful. How long does it last? Again, it goes back to the other question. It's permanent, right? It is always going to be there. It's not anything that is going to wipe away, and you do need to come back for touch-ups. How much is it? Is the next big thing. Cost can vary, right? I've seen, costs that can range from 1,500 can go all the way into the 4,000s, right? Everybody's different in terms of how much hair loss you have, color, complexion. There's just a lot that goes into it. And so what I do request people is send me a picture or come in, let's talk about it, and we will put the right cost structure that works for you and that works for me as well, so that it is a win-win for everybody. And you can find out if you are losing, a good amount of hair. I'll probably say no with 5, 6 and up. You can look to pay somewhere, and also the size of your head. You can look to pay somewhere, in the average of the 2,000s, 24, 2,500, type of range. All right. So that is the cost.